Good morning, folks, and welcome back to day 12 of 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. So today we are going to continue our quest on the chapter that we started Friday, which is begin with the end in mind. In other words, create your own future, okay? There are those who do and those who do not do. And hopefully at this point you've decided to become one of those who do. So today largely is going to be a day where you just participate. So before we get started, I want you to go ahead and take out your notebook and something to write with. And go ahead and do that while I'm switching screens here to my share screen. Okay, so today's activity we're going to do live. You will not have homework, and the next few days will be activity days, okay? I think tomorrow we'll read some, and then on Wednesday it'll be a giant activity day again, I believe. Or maybe that's Thursday. I'll have to look at my notes. But there's going to be a lot of activities this week that we do together live, okay? So our topic today is the crossroads of life. Let's take a look at the first important reason. So here you are. You're young, you're free, you have your whole life before you, and you're standing at the crossroads of life, and you have to choose which path to take. The first thing that I want you to write down on your notebook paper is college. Do I want to go to college? Just write it down. You can just write the word, or you can write this whole question that's appearing on your screen right now. And now next to college, write yes or no. Okay, the second question, graduate school. Now, graduate school happens after college if you are going to major in something that requires you to have a special degree. Like if you want to be a doctor, you're going to have to go to medical school, which is like graduate school, okay? If you want to be a lawyer, you're going to have to go to law school. If you want to be a psychologist, go to graduate school, and then eventually you can get your doctorate, okay, your PhD. So there's lots of things, lots of different careers where you can go to creative writing. I could go to graduate school for creative writing and get a PhD in creative writing. Everything that you can major in college, there's some way to obtain a bigger, more prestigious name through that career by going to graduate school. Okay, you can get a master's or you can get a PhD. Okay. Question 3. Do you want to travel? Yes or no? Question 4. Do you want to learn another language? Yes or no? And if so, do you know currently off the top of your head what language you choose to learn? Or will you learn many languages based on where you travel to? Okay. Question 5. Should you try out for a team? Now, this can be in high school, in middle school, in the community, wherever. If you're going to try out for a team, what teams are you trying out for? Write it down. Okay. This one takes a little bit more thought process. What type of friends do you want to have? Do you want wild and crazy friends who are going to possibly be a bad influence and hold you back in life? Do you want friends who constantly make poor judgment calls and stay in trouble? And because you're friends with them, you're typically in trouble too? Do you want friends who know what they want to do in their life, know where they're going in their life, and do everything in their means possible to get there? Do you want friends who make good grades, who play sports, who cheer, who are Christian, who aren't Christian? Do you want friends who have jobs? All things to think about at your age. Your friends are very important. They influence your future. currently who you are friends with will not make who you become, but I mean, they're a huge influence on your future. Okay, the next question, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7, will you cut class again? Maybe you've never cut class before. So if you have never cut class before, right? I've never cut class before, and I will not start today. Unless you want to cut class, and then that's up to you. Okay, number 8, do you want to date? And if so, what kind of person do you want to date? Now, this is a big question. And this question I don't expect you to answer in just this little time that we're on this call together, because you have many other questions to answer. So whenever, you can write it down. Somebody cute, popular, dresses well, smells good. Those are just scratching the surfaces, okay? Think about this, because this is incredibly important to your future. Your teenagers, you are impressionable, and every person who is in your life is going to be an influence to you currently, whether good or bad. The person that you choose to date is going to have more influence on you than your friends, than your parents, than your teachers, than anyone who you know and love currently ever will or ever has. You will decide things with this person that you have never even thought about before, okay? You will do things with this person that you will have never dreamed that you would do. So who you decide to date during your high school and middle school years is very, very important to you, okay? Now, this kind of goes right along with that. Will you have sex before marriage? That's question 9. Question 10, will you drink, smoke, and do drugs? Now, listen to me. It is not going to help you if you lie here. You have to be the one to take control of your future, have an end in plan, and create the life you desire. So if you go into this with good intentions and in 2 weeks completely forget about this activity, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to hold heart. You have to make a decision, and you have to stick to that decision. And when you're subconscious, your brain fights you and says, it's just one time. It can't hurt. It's summer. Summer's supposed to be fun. That's true. But you can have fun without making foolish decisions. If it puts you or someone else in danger, do not do it. Hey, no. Mommy's making a video. Go back in there. Sorry, guys. Okay, and I'll get you something in a minute. Go. All right, I apologize. My little guy just woke up. Okay. Next question. What values will you choose? 1 second, please. If my laptop will pause. Okay, sorry about that. I have, everybody's dealing with it right now that has kids, between homeschooling and work. Sometimes we have to just realize to deal with the kids and then move on from there. So let's get right back to where we were at. Let me turn my share screen back on. Share. Okay. So I think we were on the question, what values will you choose? So what values will you choose? This is a really good question. I urge you to take a little bit of extra time on it too. What things in life are going to be important to you? So your values, what are your values currently? And do you want to keep change, increase those values in the future? Okay. All right, next question. What kind of relationship do you want with your family? Some people don't want a relationship at all with their family. Other people see their family every day of the week. So it's just, you can have a happy medium there. We see each other on holidays and 1 weekend out of the month or something like that. But what kind of relationship do you want with your family? Talk to my mom and dad equally every day, and I call my grandmother a couple times a week. That's me personally. And I text my sister a lot. We don't really talk on the phone much. And I see her usually in the summer once or twice, and on holidays because she doesn't live here. Okay, so think about it like that. What kind of attitude do you want to have towards life? Do you want to be a doer, or do you want to be a don't doer? That didn't make any sense. It did, but it wasn't good. In other words, do you want to be one of those people who are proactive and create their future, or do you want to be a reactive person who thinks of themselves as a victim, who blames everybody for everything that happens to them? Or do you want to be the person who goes out and makes life happen? So you can be proactive and create your reality, or you can be reactive and play the victim card. But you can't be both. Okay? All right. What will you stand for? So this kind of goes along with your values, but what will you stand for? What things are important to you in the community, in your house, in the world? Excuse me. And then the last question that you're going to answer today is, how will you contribute to your community? Will you help in your church? Will you volunteer at the local schools? Will you work in the homeless shelter a couple weekends a year? When I was younger, I haven't done it in years. Actually, I really need to probably get back to it. But I have so many other projects and things going on now that are helpful in the community. But one of my favorite projects used to be that on Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, I would go to the nursing home and I would read a book, any book. I would find a book. Even a children's book would work because, most of them don't know. They just enjoy company. So I would read a book to them. The ladies, I would paint their nails. The little old men used to like to play poker. So I would bring them like their favorite drink. Like if they liked coffee, I'd bring them, a cup of coffee or something like that each, and some donuts or something, and snacks, and just spend time with them. It was really good, and it's a great thing for your community, because without the senior citizens in your community, you wouldn't really have one. Okay, so with that being said, the paths you choose today can shape you forever. It's both frightening and exciting that we have to make so many vital decisions during the 7 years of teenagehood. Excuse me. When we're so young and so full of hormones. But such is life. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to cover friends and my computer's being so slow today. Yep. Okay, friends, sex, and school. Okay. So we'll be covering friends, sex, and school tomorrow. You don't have homework today, except for to finish this little set of questions that I just asked you. Okay. I hope you enjoy this activity. I hope you enjoy tuning into these classes. And again, I apologize for my little guy. He's just hungry. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a super awesome day.